This is the sample kit training for the 2015 Gamalux LED sample kit. In that kit you will have three fixtures. The first is our GB34D G-beam fixture, very familiar probably to you, the square and rectangular family of G-beam fixtures. Each one of these fixtures in the kit has a dimming controller, so you can dim up and down. In the G-beam fixture, we also offer two additional lenses. There will be a medium diffuse lens probably installed in the fixture, and then you'll also have a heavy diffuse lens and a standard diffuse lens for demonstration with your customer. To remove one of the lenses, I would recommend you just use a simple plastic card. I don't recommend a credit card or a driver license or something that takes a while to replace. In case the card does become damaged, you want to use something that can be quickly and easily and inexpensively replaced by the merchant. So to remove one of the G-beam lenses, simply insert your card next to the lens, lift up and pry upward in the same motion. That will allow you to get your thumb or other finger into the little gap that you've created at the end of the lens, and then to demonstrate another lens, just snap it into the fixture. You're good to go. And that is the G-beam sample fixture. The second fixture we have is the GR2, the Gamalux round 2-inch nominal. This fixture is actually 2.5 inches or so, and again has the dimming controller on it. The GR2 also features rotation capability, so if the fixture is suspended, it can be rotated in various angles. Now, we put rotation elements on both sides, so you can use either one. A warning to you is that the rotation element is really designed to be just rotated once when the fixtures are being installed and not continuously rotated as a sample. So you may find that the fixture, after a few times of rotating that element, the rotator becomes a little bit loose. You'll have to go inside, use the same method that I just showed you with the lens removal in the G-beam fixture. Go inside, you may have to tighten down the lock nut just to get that to be tight again. But the rotation element is there in the sample fixture. We also offer the fixtures without rotation if your customer does not need the rotation capability. And that is the GR2. I don't recommend taking the lens out. This is going to be more difficult to remove the lens, at least in front of your customer. It's a bit more difficult because you really have to bend that card in there and kind of angle it and bend the card itself in order to get the lens out. Again, these are LED fixtures with 50,000 hour rated lamp life, so you shouldn't have to be getting into these fixtures in the field within the next 20 years. But if you want to demonstrate a lens, I do recommend that you use the G-beam and not the GR2 for that purpose. The last fixture to show you is the LED wall washer, the GB25WW. This fixture, as a 2-footer, we are showing it with baffles in one portion and then no baffle in the other portion. The reason for that specifically is because when we developed this fixture, we were finding that when the fixture is mounted up against an adjacent wall, we were getting a bit of a harsh line of light coming out of the fixture. The reason for that is because the LEDs are all in the same position throughout the entire fixture, and they're all hitting that reflector at basically the same angle. So what was happening is we were getting contribution up against the adjacent wall from essentially every LED in that run of, or in that array. And so to cut down on this line of light, you might not be able to see it in the video, but you'll be able to see it in your demonstration kit. To cut down on that line of light, we installed a baffle inside the fixture, and what this does for us is it minimizes the amount of lateral distribution we're getting from those LEDs. We're still getting the forward throw towards the object wall, which is what we want, but not necessarily, we don't want to get a lot of light on an adjacent wall. So by installing those baffles in the fixture, we're cutting down on that line of light that we were getting at that maybe 20-degree angle or so when we didn't have the baffles in the fixture. So by the time you get this video, that internal baffle will be an option in the fixture. So you'll want to show this to your customers if they want to put a fixture to light up an object wall, but there's an adjacent wall right next to the installation of those fixtures. I do encourage that you would recommend that they would use the internal baffle inside the fixtures. And then in cases where there is no adjacent wall, maybe you've got a 20-foot wall or a long corridor, and you're only lighting up a portion of the object wall and not going wall to wall with those fixtures, then I would recommend just don't use the baffle. That's pretty much it. Call with any questions. Joe Napoli at Gamma Lux Lighting Systems. Thanks.